Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing today? Today, I want to talk about two muscle scraping tools that I use for people that are in prep. And when I mean prep, like getting ready for bodybuilding shows, regardless of what category you're in, and how they benefit your physique. And they're right here. One of them is the Myo Grip. Many people have seen me use this and in other videos. The next one is an A-stem tool. That guy right there. And I want to talk about these two tools, especially why I use them for people that are in preparation for a bodybuilding show. And again, no matter what category you're in, but how it enhances your physique. And with people who compete at a level at that range, you're always going to the gym every day. It's either a cardio session, two-a-day training sessions, or you're training very hard. Why I use these tools is to break up the fascial tissue. And that's the connective tissue surrounding the muscle. And as people train to the extreme, so much lactic acid gets set into the muscle fibers that it begins to harden. People get that really hard look, but the muscle needs to be pliable, and for there to create volume. That's, when you train that intensely, like volume training, you get that pump. But I use these tools specifically to break up fascial tissue. So it's not done super aggressive like other people have seen me do it before and you're all freaking bruised up and red. No, it's just to break up the fascial tissue so we can manipulate the muscle through muscle separation. And some people have heard me talk about muscle separation. I do think I have a picture. I did lat separation on somebody who was a competitor. But breaking up the connective tissue to be able to separate muscle groups enhances the physique. It brings like extra inches on the lat spread. It widens out the back. It brings separation, muscle separation in the quads, everywhere else. Also, like even the delts, the chest, things like that, all those muscle fibers that, people like to see or like to get while they're training for these shows. Muscle scraping really does help. And this one I use, it's almost, I kind of envision myself like carving out, like sculpting out the body again. So it looks better and better the more people train and diet and get closer and closer to the show. And all the hard work that all these athletes that go through to get to where they want to be in their physique, muscle scraping is just one extra added tool to enhance your physique, to make it look so polished and clean. Those clean cuts, the muscle fiber, the striated muscle fibers that show like on the quads, in the glutes, like in the chest, and the serratus muscle, the obliques, the back, the delts. This right here, scraping all that. We can even scrape in between each head of the quads and then manually separate them, and using the Myo Grips to really move connective tissue off big bellies of the muscle. So as the athletes go back and train and doing cardio and all this other nonsense, well, I shouldn't say nonsense because it has purpose. I've been on stage before. It's crazy. It's crazy what athletes will put themselves through to get on stage. It's amazing. It's amazing. And that's why I like working with athletes. But all that crazy lifestyle of cardio training, volume training to failure, and then more cardio, and then the diet on top of that. I have a lot of respect for athletes that do that kind of stuff, and I like to help athletes going through that with muscle scraping. So it's not as aggressive, but I do use these two tools, this one to carve out in between muscle groups, then manual muscle separation, and the Myo Grip for full muscle bellies to smooth everything out, to get more blood volume inside the muscles. So when you're training, you create bigger and bigger muscle groups. It gives you more room to grow, more room for the pump, more blood flow to flow through the muscle fibers, that the volume is going to be so big. And as you sit there going through your poses, you're just gonna see that illusion of, man, my lats just look so much wider, you know, my biceps, they peak just a little bit more, things like that. So muscle scraping doesn't always have to be so medical. It doesn't always have to be to work on a specific condition, things like that. It could be used to manipulate the physique, manipulate muscles and how they lay in the body. And you can do muscle scraping for a lot of other things, you know, so but that's just one. I wanted to touch up on how muscle scraping just works with somebody who wants to enhance their physique, especially for people who are competitive athletes, especially in bodybuilding. Muscle scraping, massage therapy in general, is just another key tool that you can use to enhance your physique and be just look that much better of an athlete on stage compared to your entire group, all the other athletes on there. You always want to look your best, and muscle scraping, especially using the Myo Grip, can really enhance the physique and bring volume and more muscle growth to each muscle group that you're working on. So yeah, I just wanted to share this little piece of information. So if you are an athlete, muscle scraping, regular massage therapy, muscle separation that we do here in the torture room, bam, yeah, we do some crazy stuff in here, can really enhance your physique. So I just wanted to share this information. Thanks for listening. Bye.